Is the great John Rentoul, chief political commentator at The Independent. Welcome, John.
Hello, Kevin.
Well, let's talk about ULEZ first. I know you're a keen cyclist, don't have a car, so it doesn't interest you. But we can't have I'm all right Jack politics in here, you know.
It interests me. I mean, I don't agree with you about Sadiq Khan's motives. I mean,
you're not going to say he's trying to save the planet and lives.
Well, no, it's not about saving the planet, though, is it? It's about air quality. It's about
out in sort of Bromley, places like that.
Yes, absolutely, perfectly sensible. But I mean, I do think saving the planet is a bit more important. The climate change agenda is much more important. So I'd be in favour.
I think he's a liar. I think he's a liar.
Well,
I don't think this has got anything to do with air quality. He has driven this great city to the brink of bankruptcy. He needs the cash.
I prefer the brink of bankruptcy.
The brink of bankruptcy. What does I say? The brink of bankruptcy. Brink of bankruptcy. And he needs the cash. It's a that is obvious.
That's outrageous to suggest that
he's outrageous.
He's doing it just. He's making stuff up in order to make money.
Yes,
that is absurd.
Yes,
Kevin.
Yes,
you know it.
Yes,
you know it's absurd.
It's not absurd.
And the numbers you quoted were incorrect. I'm afraid.
2.5 million quid a day.
It's not £1 billion a year from ULEZ. It's £1 billion a year from all the congestion charge, the LEZ or whatever that is. The other one.
The non-ultra one.
The non-ultra one. So those are all you can add them all together, and the ULEZ actually will produce very little revenue because people will just abandon those cars.
If he,
which is the point of it.
If to accept your preposterous proposal, he really is. Just doing this to save 4,000 lives a year or whatever the hell statistic he's currently making.
Well, he thinks it's 4,000. Then you don't have a better number.
Then he is politically insane. He's insane. Because this could topple him as the mayor. It could ruin Keir Starmer's chances. Keir Starmer is no fan of what he's doing. Am I right?
Absolutely right. I mean, they're very, very different takes on this. Keir Starmer is very worried about the effects it's going to have on a number of London marginals. There's a lot of marginal seats in outer London that are threatened by this.
Exactly.
But I think you got to give Sadiq Khan a bit more political credit. He's facing re-election next year. He's not stupid. He knows that he can introduce this and he can get re-elected. So he is banking on the fact that most people in the next few days will realise that it doesn't actually apply to them, and it's not a problem, and it'll go away.
So he really does believe that making the already clean air in the outer London boroughs, we say infinitesimally cleaner, is worth staking his political career on. He really does believe that.
He seems to, yes, absolutely.
Well, he's insane then, isn't he? He's absolutely... I bet you Keir Starmer thinks he's insane.
Well, Keir Starmer doesn't agree with it because he could see
the political implications
for schemes like this nationally. But in London, I think it's fairly evenly balanced as to whether people are for it or against it. And once it's implemented, what happened last time when it was extended from the centre of London to the north and south circulars, all the fuss died away almost immediately, and I think Sadiq Khan's expecting that to happen this time.
To cut you and your great friend Mayor Khan some slack, I'm told it will affect possibly 700,000 cars, which I suppose...
Is that 1 in 10?
Yeah,
whatever it is.
Probably not that many, I guess. Well, let's see, shall we? I mean, but seriously, let's talk about the implications for Labour. I mean, it is widely accepted, I don't know what your view is, but they could have taken Uxbridge if it wasn't for you.
Oh, clearly, yes. And Sadiq Khan accepeded that this morning. I heard him in an interview.
Oh, fair enough. Well, what does he feel about that? Is he proud of that?
Well,
he doesn't care, does he?
His priority is to get himself re-elected.
Yeah, his priority is himself, not Labour, right?
He's not too bothered about the I mean, it's interesting because he used to be mentioned as a possible leadership contender down the road. He's obviously given up on that prospect because Keir Starmer's doing so well. Unlike Andy Burnham in Manchester, who still thinks he's got a shot at the top job.
No, well, I accept that Starmer's well and truly ensconced. But politically, Keir Starmer's very worried about this because, of course, this isn't the only ULEZ scheme. They're all around the country. it's possible that this could be a kind of a poll tax for, the Labour Party.
I think Keir Starmer's worried about the knock-on effects. Although this is about clean air, he's worried about the knock-on effects about the net zero agenda, the climate change agenda, the fact that people think that a Labour government is going to come in and cost them a lot of money in pursuing it.
Well, don't you think behind closed doors, or perhaps you've been behind those closed doors in Westminster, that Sir Keir Starmer is saying, does he have to bang on about sodding clean air right now? Can't we just put that off until after the election?
Well, that would
be his line, wouldn't it?
Yeah, he wanted it. He wanted Sadiq Khan to back off and to postpone it, and Khan said no. It was quite a brutal.
But you would have said he does need some cash. He's going to bring some cash in.
It's not going to bring in a significant amount of cash. And I mean, to be fair to Khan, he's under pressure from central government to raise cash because of the pandemic. TfL doesn't have any money, and so he's under pressure to raise some. But I mean, all the modelling I've seen suggests that although it'll raise a bit of money in the short term, it dwindles quickly as people change their behaviour.
Well, it still begs the question, why do it? Why put yourself at risk over something that's pretty nebulous, to say the least? Now, we also hear politically, and this is interesting as well, is that the Tories, that there is a way, technically or possibly, that the national government could nix this scheme. They could say you can't do it because we've got this power under Clause 37 of Law 33 and all that. There is supposed to be a way.
Well, they could have done that by now.
Yeah, but why haven't they? Why they don't want to do it, do they? They want ULEZ to be all over the place so they can use it as a political tool come the election.
Possibly. I mean, yes, that and low traffic neighbourhoods as well. I mean, all that kind of stuff the Tories are hoping to use in the general election. It does. I mean, you're right in the sense that I don't understand why Sadiq Khan's emphasis isn't much more on climate change. I mean, if he's so bothered about climate change and indeed clean air at the same time, then he should be just trying to get everybody to switch to electric vehicles, he should be pushing that as fast as he can. That ought to be the priority, instead of, as you say, a marginal improvement in the quality of the air in the outer London boroughs.
Yeah, and essentially his proposition is, if you drive around outer London, that matter inner London, in diesel and petrol cars spewing toxic fumes into the air, you will turn the air toxic, and you will help to kill as many as 4,000 pounds a year, babies, everybody like that, old people. But if you give me £12.50, go right ahead. That's basically it, isn't it?
No, that's not.
Well, it is. It is. It is
travesty. No, the whole point about it is,
if you give him £12.50, you can go right ahead.
If you put a price on polluting behaviour, then people change that behaviour.
Well, not all of them.
But it has had a dramatic effect in central.
But would you not? We've got to go
London.
to break, John. But would you not accept? We'll think about this, and we'll come back to it after the break. Would you not accept that if 4,000 people a year really are dying from air pollution, and that air pollution is being caused by petrol and diesel cars, don't beat about the bush, ban petrol and diesel cars.
I don't think
about that. We're going to come back. I'm with John Rentoul, Chief Political Correspondent at The Independent. I'm Kevin O'Sullivan. This is Talk TV live from the Talk Radio studios.